Shalom, fam. This is Or Ibri with the Living Word Initiative, author, investor, and consultant. And I'm coming to you with a video titled, How to Be Successful at Life in 2020. So I want to come to you with this video today because as I explained, in previous weeks, we are moving forward every single week. Every week we're getting closer to the end of the year, and every week we're getting closer to moving toward our dreams and where it is that we want to be at. We're also getting closer to a new normal. So we have to be proactive in being successful so that way we won't get left behind. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and move forward with ways to be successful here in the year 2020. So the first way that we can be successful is by creating a productive routine. The biggest killer to success is inconsistency. So you have to create a productive routine. You have to create something that causes you to be successful and that is replicated. Your success lies in your routine. So whatever that may be, some people, they get up. I personally, the nights that I don't stay up late, I get up 3:30, 4 a.m. every single morning if I don't just stay up all night. Some people, it's better for them to get up at 8 a.m. Whatever it is for you that makes you most successful, you have to do that thing and do it every single day. Because just like we always talk about when it comes to money, you build money and you build wealth by your compound interest. You don't necessarily build wealth by just putting something in. It's the money that your money makes that builds you wealth. It's the same thing in life. Compound interest on your efforts. It's the results from the efforts that your effort made that get you the results that you're looking for. Building on them over and over and over again. Even if you don't see the results up front, continue to build on them until you get to where it is that you want to get to. The next thing that we can do to be successful is figure out who you are and knowing yourself. As you know, here at the Living Word Initiative, we are big on being the highest version of your authentic self. When you are the highest version of your authentic self, then you can operate in your strengths. And by you operating in your strengths, you have the ability to build success. If you're operating at a weakness, you cannot be successful. That's just like if you play football and you are a quarterback. And let's just say we know football, you're Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is great at throwing the ball deep and running the ball. You can't put Lamar Jackson at right tackle. He's too small. Now, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to do something here or there. But in the long run, he's going to fail at being a left tackle. He's going to blossom and succeed at being a dual threat quarterback. Probably one of the greatest. But if you take him out of his natural ability at being a dual threat quarterback and put him on the offensive line to guard another quarterback, he's going to fail miserably. That's what you do every time you operate and you're doing things that are outside of your strength. You have to operate in your strength in order to be fully successful. If you're not operating in your strength, you may have some success here and there, but overall, you're going to fail. So you have to make sure that you're operating in your success. The next thing you need to do is create goals. I say this all the time. You could be going somewhere, but if you're going the wrong direction, it does not matter. You have to have goals because you have to know exactly where you're going so then you can create a plan to get there. No goals, no vision, you're all over the place. You're bouncing here one day, you're bouncing there one day, you're bouncing over here one day, you're bouncing over there one day. And when you don't have a goal, you can't build consistency because you're always stopping and starting. You're not continuously working. And like I told you, that lacking consistency is like lacking interest on your bank account. Without consistency, you can't grow and you can't multiply what it is that you're doing. So that's why you have to have a goal so that way you can have something to be consistent in, so that way you can multiply what it is that you're working on and gain that success that you're looking for. The next thing is conquering your fears. The biggest killer to any dream is the fear of failure. You have to conquer that fear. If you're fearing failing, if you're fearing anything, you're not going to obtain or achieve anything because guess what? We all fail. Simple as that. You are going to fail. But when you fail, you are also going to get back up. And you're going to be 10, 20, 30, 100 times better than you were when you failed. You learn from your failures. You learn from the shortcomings. They make you better and they make you stronger. So you have to stop being afraid, and more importantly, stop being afraid to fail. Conquer your fears, overcome your fears, and move forward. 90% of the fears that we have are things that we create in our own mind. They're not even based in reality. That is a statistical fact. They're not based in reality. The things that you fear are things that you've created in your mind. So you need to recreate in your mind prosperity. You need to recreate in your mind abundance. You need to recreate in your mind success. And you need to aim toward those and those things, and don't concern yourself with your fears. Unhealthy fears. Let me be more specific. There are certain things, yes, you should fear. If you have a pack of bears running at you in the woods, I'm sorry I have to be extreme. I'm not saying fight a pack of bears. But what I'm saying is, if you have a dream and a goal and an ambition that you're trying to obtain, you can't fear the things that may become an obstacle to you. They're not going to be a hindrance. They will be an obstacle that you will overcome. The next thing is get exposure. Exposure is so key. Your exposure will dictate your level of success. Yes, we do have circumstances where people who are in terrible, low situations elevates themselves up and become successful. However, they could have been even more successful and had greater abundance if they would have had better exposure. They just were so strong and so determined that they weren't going to let anything stop them or keep them in mediocrity. However, whatever you're exposed to, that will become your reality. So you have to change the things that you're exposed to. You have to take the time and go out on the limb and learn new information. Consistently be reading. Consistently putting yourself around people who have a little more than you have. And you don't want to be envious, but you want to have that drive to strive. You have to be like, you know what? I see what they have, and it upsets me because I don't have what I should have. Like, you don't want what they have. You don't want their items. You just want what was meant for you. And you want to use them having what was meant for them to drive you to go and get what was meant for you. In anything. We're not even talking about necessarily material things. We're just talking about, it's some people who are living the life that they're supposed to be living, doing the things that they're supposed to be doing, and you're not. You are living below where it is that you're supposed to be living at. They are living out their full existence and expectancy.
They're living out their full expectations of their life. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You have to do the same thing. So use them as motivation. Get exposure. Get exposure to better things. Get exposure to higher qualities of life. Now, I'm not saying, go out and look at $50 million mansions and Bugattis. And what I'm saying is, be exposed to a higher quality of life. Some people never leave the block that they live on. Maybe they need to go stay in the mountains. Maybe they need to go get a log cabin in the mountains to expose them to something outside of their neighborhood. That stuff like that is what I mean. Some people only think that they can have a low-level career. But then once they get around individuals who have higher-level careers, people who have doctorates and masters, people who are skilled in a higher field, then they can see, oh man, they're no different than I am. I can do that too. Or they didn't come from a different place than I did. They came from the same exact environment that I was in, that I'm in right now. I can be where they're at, or I can be at a higher level than where I'm at right now. I have to settle. So you want to make sure that you do that. That is very important. And last thing, most importantly, burn your boats. You will never succeed at what you're trying to truly succeed at if you basically give yourself a way out. If you have a safety net, if you have a retreat plan, you have to be willing to die with the dream. You have to be willing to die with the cause. You have to. You can't jump from over. You can't say, oh man, no, this is not working on that. No, once you figure out your strengths, what you're great at, you create a goal, or you create goals, and then you have a plan to achieve those goals, and you have a consistent routine, and you overcome your fears, and you get exposure, and you gain knowledge, you can't turn back. You have to keep moving forward. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. You're going to have some failures, you're going to have some setbacks, you're going to have some obstacles. But when you overcome all of those things, you will reach where you're trying to get to. As a matter of fact, you'll get to a level higher than you could have even imagined. Way higher than you could even imagine. A story real quick, I was listening to Steve Harvey. He was talking about how, he always wanted to get land. So, he was going out and he was looking for a small piece of land. I think it was like 3 acres or something, don't quote me on this. But he was just looking to get this small piece of land. Someone was going to take the amount of money that he had, which was a small amount of money, maybe $50,000, don't quote me on this. And somehow, somebody else called him and was like, hey, I'm trying to get rid of some land, and it was way more land for the same price. He ended up getting it, and now it's the land that he has his boys' ranch or his boys' retreat program on. And it is tons of acres. He just wanted to settle for, I think it was 3 acres. He ended up getting way more than that, at least 10 to 20 times more acres than he ever could imagine. However, he continued to push forward in his dream of getting that land to do what he wanted to do on it. So that's why you have to do the same thing. Like, just keep pushing forward, and not only will you achieve what you want to achieve, like Steve Harvey wanted to achieve owning land, but you will achieve it in a more abundant way than you could have even imagined. So with that, I say you have a beautiful evening, enjoy your upcoming week, and you keep moving forward. So.